the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers,
All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. 8 read.
It's gonna be a long
protein spill.
It's gonna be a long day. Kill.
Hey, Alpha.
Check.
Ready.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence looking middle, and that's complete. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike's 59.
Hey, Echo. Big river.
Operating from the gun. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Looks pretty evident what they want to do. The same connection to start the game on back-to-back throws.
But when you've got a big-time target, you've got to go to him. The flip side is, shouldn't the defense know that? They should be better prepared.
Absolutely. They're going to have to step up and in a hurry. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to keep it here. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's a 2nd and 7. Forced out to his left. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Oh, you got deep? Slam.
22 jet bomber.
Kill.
Fire.
Running right, it's Dorsett. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 50 or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
From the gun, Lawrence. On the crossing route, complete. It's Holt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guy?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Set. 15 line. 15 line.
Double time. Hey. You got three. Three down.
Keystone, travel. Hit it.
First carry for Darius Geis, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. There we go. Hey, watch it. Let's go.
Here's Griffin to throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
3 bucks. Switch.
Now it's Griffin. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Ready up. Hey, Orbit. X3. 218. Chopper. Ready.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, getting the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, zoom.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You're not ready.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here we go.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
They'll go with Jones. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Saunders. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now this throw caught left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Ready, set. 80 weapons.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence throwing the out route and complete. That's Moss. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now it's Dorsett. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
64, get it.
Now Dorsett. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
5.
From the gun, Lawrence. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Raekwon McMillan. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A-gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Now a give, right side. Mills. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Now Griffin on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ricky. Hey, Sam off. Hey, lock it. He's coming. We got double up. Now.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. Throw left side complete. That's Gonzalez. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will take the lead at 13-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal. But they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw. Lawrence able to haul it in as Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Touchdown, defense.
Second and 2. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Lawrence. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Titans are going to retake the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
46. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Geis again. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Set, ready, 8, read. Christian, travel. Jim.
They'll run with Geis. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
X3, 218, chop.
Check 99.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 45-yard line.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Recon, one snap.
They'll run. It's Dorsett. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights. Shoot!
35.
Get it.
Out of the gun, Griffin. He's got his man on the crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Griffin. Over the middle, complete. That's Gonzalez. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line.
1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Topper! Shoot!
Now a run with Geis. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
45. Mike, 45.
On 2nd and 9, Griffin. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14.
17 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Ready! 18 Gator.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
6-6, bullet high. Rush in.
Now a handoff, Geis going right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Griffin. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. His pass caught at the 4. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Ready?
From the gun, Lawrence. And an alley to run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
50, plant, fair. Deep river.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence, flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Protein spill. Undercrush. Hey, high 7.
Check 13. Check.
Leo. Get it.
On first down, Lawrence being chased out left. That is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Come on,
after the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Lawrence. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Check out. No.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. He's going to look deep for more, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
35's the mic. Watch the screen. Mike 35.
Throwing again. Griffin got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Switch.
Geis with the carry on second down. They find some open field here. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Darius Geis with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Griffin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for two or go for one?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by one. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Greystone, travel.
Check three. Check three. Check three.
Be careful. Be careful.
To throw on second down. Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Turnover. That's what we do. Other way. Let's go.
Got it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
A 49-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo. You. Fire.
He's back to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
4th down and 1.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
45, 45. Mike, 45.
Watch the flat, watch the flat, watch the flat. Watch flat.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Throw left side complete. That's Saunders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Cincinnati. Griffin's pass.
That's it,
Complete to
baby.
number
We got
88. A gain on the play. First down, Bengals.
Down. 30 base.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Down.
Back to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Darius Geis with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Get it. Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
54 Mike. Here we go, here we go.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle.
Right 54, right 54. I got you, punk.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist,